American parenting. How did we get here? Between the iPads, tantrums, and constant chaos, it feels like we're winging it more than ever. But let's be real. This isn't just about screen time or spoiled kids. It's deeper than that. Millennial parents are trying to unlearn decades of toxic parenting while giving our kids something better. But here's the kicker. We don't even know if what we're doing will work. What will these gentle kids look like in 20 years? That's the scary part, right? Today, we're diving into the good, the bad, and the messy middle of modern parenting. To understand where we are, let's look at how we got here. Boomers ruled with an iron fist, spankings, strict rules, and zero room for emotional conversations. You remember, right? Crying because you spilled milk and hearing, "I'll give you something to cry about." They were wild. But when you step back, you realize they were just following a blueprint, a 100-year-old cycle of tough love that got passed down, unexamined, from one generation to the next. And now, it's on us to rewrite that blueprint. Millennials are breaking the cycle. We're listening to our kids, valuing their feelings, and trying to parent with empathy instead of fear. But let's be honest, it's hard. We don't have a map. We don't know what this looks like on the other side. And some days, it feels like we're making it up as we go. Here's a reality check. American kids are falling behind. Globally, we rank 25th in reading, 37th in math, and 18th in science. And since the pandemic, many kids are now 2 to 3 grade levels behind. One teacher said, "I'm teaching 8th graders who still read like 4th graders." So is this a parenting problem or something bigger? Let's talk about screens. Did you know the average 8-year-old spends 4 to 6 hours a day on devices? Teens? It's closer to 9 hours. That's more time than they spend in school. Kids are out here trying to swipe books, and we're surprised they can't focus. Here's a story for you. A teacher told me about a 7-year-old who refused to sit down in class. When the teacher brought it up with the mom, her response was, "If they don't want to sit, why make them?" Somewhere along the way, boundaries turned into optional suggestions. But here's the thing. Kids need structure. It's not about being strict. It's about teaching them how to navigate the world. Gentle parenting is all about respect, empathy, and boundaries. But let's be real. Not everyone gets it right. When gentle turns into permissive, it can backfire. And honestly, it's scary. We're trying so hard to raise emotionally intelligent kids, but we have no idea what the adult version of these gentle kids will look like in 20 years. Will they be confident and kind, or will they be fragile and entitled? Look, I get it. We're trying to do better than our parents did. But finding the balance between grace and discipline, that's the hardest part. Here's another stat. Anxiety rates in kids have doubled in the last decade. One reason? Experts say they're not learning how to handle challenges. When parents shield their kids from every hardship, they grow up unprepared for the real world. Life doesn't come with training wheels forever. At some point, kids need to learn how to fall and get back up. Here's the thing. Millennials aren't just raising kids. We're fighting battles on all fronts. Financial stress, long work hours, and a lack of community support. And let's be real. Some of us are still healing from our own childhood trauma. One mom said, "Every day, I'm trying not to turn into my parents. But some days I hear their words coming out of my mouth and it terrifies me." Breaking the cycle is exhausting, but we keep going because we know it's worth it. In Scandinavian countries, parents get affordable childcare, generous parental leave, and strong community support. Meanwhile, in the US, it's every parent for themselves. No wonder we're burnt out. We're trying to rewrite the rules without a village and without a safety net. Let's talk numbers. The cost of raising a child? Over $310,000. Affordable childcare? Practically non-existent. And wages? Stuck in the 1990s. The result? Parents are stretched so thin that screens feel like the only lifeline. But here's the hard truth. The shortcuts we take now might cost us later. The hardest part about parenting is letting your kids struggle, but that's how they learn. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about knowing how to get back up. And it starts with us, as parents, showing them how to face challenges without fear. Parenting isn't broken, it's just bent, and we can fix it. Here's how. Set boundaries, limit screen time, focus on connection over perfection, and most importantly, give yourself grace. You're not just raising kids, you're rewriting history. And that's no small feat. Now it's your turn. What's the hardest part of breaking the cycle? And do you think American parenting is broken or just evolving? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's learn from each other. Because here at Parent Squad, we're all in this together.